Welcome and thank you for joining us today. I'm Holly E. Moore, Chair of Interfaith Partners of South Carolina. Our mission is to foster understanding and cooperation among the religious groups of the state through education, dialogue, and collaborative projects in order to assure that all people are treated with dignity and respect, the religious freedom of all groups is protected, each religious group's practices and teachings are given respectful consideration, and interfaith discussions will become conversation models that others will want to emulate. Interfaith Partners has been coming to the State House to announce a proclamation now for 13 years. And during this time, we've been witness to some of the most disturbing events of my lifetime. Violent attacks on mosques, synagogues, Mother Emanuel Church in Charleston and other churches and places of worship, waves of anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, as well as racially motivated and homophobic violence, more than I can count. Meanwhile, at Interfaith Partners gatherings, we've discovered that we don't just have to tolerate each other. We create safe places in which people with significant differences, conversations about those differences, in good faith. We've discovered that our individual faiths have only deepened by learning about other people's religious paths. Over time, we have developed caring bonds of friendship, which have given us strength to face the current climate of division in this country and beyond. 13 years is but a blink of the eye to my generation, but we actually have children who have grown up and come of age among us in Interfaith Partners. Several of our founders passed away in the last year or so. Carl Evans, Ajit Randhawa, John Halfacre, Cheryl Soule, and others. They gave so much of themselves, knowing their effort was an investment in this next generation. In fact, all of us with Interfaith Partners remain dedicated to our work because we've seen the results, the slender threads that form and begin to weave a statewide fabric of peaceful coexistence. Our nation's motto, E pluribus unum, does not say we are all one, or that we all worship the same God or gods or in the same way. It means out of many, one. Ken Burns' recent documentary on the American Revolution points out that in some of Washington's regiments, as many as 8 languages were spoken, and they didn't speak each other's languages. The soldiers who fought and died for my liberty had to first find a way to communicate and cooperate with each other. We often hear tributes to our current military, and well said too. But I add that we must honor the legacy of the thousands who suffered cold, near starvation, and bloody battles so that America could be a place of safety for all of us. So in the coming year, I call on all of us, whatever our belief or non-belief, our practice, our culture, ethnicity, place of birth, gender, or any other identity that we hold, to step out of our comfort zone at least once. Attend one of our interfaith events, which you can find on our website, interfaithpartnersofsc.org, or visit a place of worship that is new to you. Remember, your own will not be diluted. You will gain insights and perhaps new friends too. The Interfaith Partners motto is unity in compassion, diversity in belief. We have learned that we need not fear what we do not know. We can celebrate our differences, knowing that out of the many comes strength, compassion, wisdom, the one, E pluribus unum. And now I'm pleased to call on several of our members, Ms. Kat Davis, Ms. Catherine Fleming Bruce, Mr. Amarjeet Singh, Ms. Jen Berry, Ms. Amita Singh and Dr. Jonathan Leader will now read a proclamation by our governor.
Whereas throughout the history of our state and nation, we have welcomed people with different backgrounds and beliefs, many of whom were seeking relief from religious persecution, respecting their freedom to practice their faith without fear.
And whereas advances in technology have transcended the barriers of time and distance, leading to the growth of our social, economic, and cultural ties to the global community, as well as challenges in understanding and communicating with our international neighbors.
And whereas open communication, mutual respect, common dignity, sincere understanding, and unilateral cooperation play a vital role in the promotion of peace and goodwill among all people and between all nations.
And whereas affirming our commitment to interfaith harmony, religious liberty, and tolerance for all traditions and beliefs contributes to our continued strength and prosperity.
And whereas, as a statewide partnership of many different religious, spiritual, and secular groups, Interfaith Partners of South Carolina, along with their affiliates and their partner organizations, are working to be a statewide network of compassionate communities throughout the state, which transcends religious, ideological, and national differences.
Now therefore, I, Henry Dargan McMaster, Governor of the great state of South Carolina, do hereby proclaim January 2026 as South Carolina Interfaith Harmony Month throughout the state, and encourage all South Carolinians to work together to foster appreciation for the different faiths, beliefs, and cultures found in the Palmetto State.
Thank you. We invite everyone to join us for our annual reception in the parlor of Washington Street United Methodist Church, just down the street. And now, are there any questions from the media?
Just curious, there's been some recent comments from Vice President J.D. Vance and others regarding labeling our nation as a Christian nation. You quoted Clarius Nunum, one nation under all. Can you comment on your thoughts about the assertion that we're a Christian nation as opposed to a nation of all religions?
We are not a Christian nation. We are a nation where Christians are free to worship as they choose to. And that's why many of my Christian ancestors from various sects and denominations came to this country in the 16, 17, and 1800s. There was never an intention by our founding fathers to establish a religion in this country because they had seen the violent and conflicting results that had taken place in Europe. So they were determined to try this new experiment. Separation of church and state does not mean a diminishing of the church. It means that the church is free from state control. Other questions? All right, in that case, thank you very much, and we'll hang around for a few minutes if anybody wants to get comments from individuals. These are good folks.